Hey everyone, welcome back to HowTechs. Today we have an iPhone 7 and we're going to show you really quickly how to change the wallpaper. There's actually two ways of doing this. First one is from the settings. So go to the settings app and then you want to go down from the top to wallpaper, clearly. So here you have two types of wallpaper that we can set. The lock screen and the home screen. And this shows you what's currently set. And if you want to change that, go to choose new wallpaper. And there are some built-ins, and then also you can access your photos. So for the dynamic one, it's actually pretty cool. These are, as they say, dynamic. So as you can see, these bubble things kind of move over time. And then you can also go back, and they are still photos. And so in this case, you have a choice between still and perspective. And so the difference between that is still is basically it's always the same, and perspective gives kind of a 3D effect. So as you can see, like look at where that wave is. As I move the phone, there's some movement there between them. So basically as the phone tilts and whatnot, it's kind of like as if you were looking through a window and the amount of the picture in the back that you can see changes. So that's actually really cool. So let's not set that. There's a bunch of options here. Another interesting one is live, and so there's only 3 default ones here, but these are kind of, I don't know, gas bubble type things or some kind of really nice photography. And here you have 3 options. You have still, perspective, the last 2 ones we showed, and also live photo. So live photo is basically like an animation or sort of short movie clip. So in this case, the way you can activate that is by pushing with the force touch. So as you can see, when you touch it, it sort of moves, and when you let go, it goes back to the original position. So that's also really cool. And then last but not least, you can go to your photos and you can go to your live photos. So again, we want that animation. Just go and pick a live photo. So here's one I just took. And so if you were to choose perspective, it would be the perspective. As you can see, still, it's still, and live photo is interesting. So also I should note that you can actually scale these things. So let's do live photo. And live photo in this case is the live photo that you took with the camera app. It's that little yellow circle at the top with the rings. So in this case, again, if I push, when I took this, I was actually moving the camera just to have some movement in there. So it'll do that when I push, and it'll go back when I let go. So anyway, if that's the one that you want, click set, and now you have 2 options. You can either set it as the lock screen, which is when before you do the Touch ID and open the phone. You can do it as the home screen, which is what shows up behind the apps, or you can set it as both. Let's just do the home screen, and I'll set the wallpaper. Now if we go back up to the app, you can see I've changed the home screen but not the lock screen. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is if you actually go to your photos, click on that, and then now you can choose from your albums, go to the live photos if you want to set a live photo, and you can also see it again if you press. So in this case, I was kind of wobbling the camera as I was taking it. And if you want to set that as a wallpaper, go to this share button down here on the bottom, and if you scroll over, use as wallpaper. And that basically brings up that same selection window where you can scale it and decide if you want to do live photo, still, or perspective. And in this case, let's do it really big so we can tell the difference between this and the other one. So it's looking at Spider-Man's eye, and we will do set. And now we can choose lock screen, home screen. So let's do the lock screen this time. And now if we lock the phone and open it up again, now you can see we have this, and it is the live photo if we hold down. Okay, so that's it for today. That's how you change the wallpaper on an iPhone 7. Do check out our other videos for the iPhone 7 and many other popular phones here on HowTechs. Okay, so one more thing. Let's just try out the pen just for fun. So as soon as you take it out, it seems to know.